thank you so much for joining us again on Ask How About. I'm your host, yours truly, Pranay J. Reddy. Now, today, our main topic is going to be marketing. But before we go into marketing, I just want to focus on the world news for a moment here. Just a few seconds. Now, chief among them is Lockdown 5.0. Why is it Lockdown 5.0? Because it's not like we're acting as if it's a lockdown. Anyway, people are roaming out and about and they've always been taking this very, very lightly. Now, people, I have a message for you directly. Please be vigilant. Because here's the thing. In the past 2 months, we were under lockdown and cases still have been rising. And right now, if you're not careful, cases might spike. And that is really, really bad for all of us in this country. So please be vigilant. And yes, I've been following all those rules, all those guidelines. And that would mean I'm saving a life here. Granted, my life. But that begs the question. Does that make me a hero? Well, yes. Now, in other news, keeping on the trend of 2020, there's a gas leak in Assam, which has been stopped in the past 14 to 15 days. There's an oil spill in Russia, which is slowly crawling towards the Arctic Ocean. And most recently, US has officially announced that they have hit recession. Now, that latest news is the reason why we're focusing on marketing today. Now, yes, the recession is more related to finances, and you might be thinking, why are you relating that to marketing? Here's the thing. When finances or the economy is hit really badly, businesses get affected. And marketing is a big key of businesses. And once businesses get affected, the money they give for marketing is lower. That means the amount of business they get is not due to marketing. So marketing has to become creative. Marketing has to have different strategies from traditional strategies to make sure the business makes enough money to keep them afloat even though it's a recession. Now, I know that's a bit confusing or maybe even a lot more than you bargained for. So if you didn't get it, please play it back. But I got it and I wrote it. I know, right? I'm great by myself. Now, just for a moment, let's forget this terrible financial news and focus on marketing. Now, it's safe to admit the fact that marketing as a field has seen a huge shift in the past 10 years because of digital platforms being available and much more ready to use. So digital marketing has become key. And even companies which did not use it have been forced to shift to it due to this pandemic, due to the lockdown. And now companies are saying that they want their workforce to work from home permanently even after the lockdown is over because apparently people are more efficient from home. Now, a quick side note here for the people of my generation. Guys, think about this. We just graduated or just graduated from college, or going to graduate, and we can work from home. We don't have to go anywhere. Guess what? Being a couch potato pays. Marketing strategies, as you might know, is not just about selling a product or even advertising for that matter. They're all parts of it. And marketing is key for any business to survive no matter what the financial climate is. And marketing is beautiful for me in terms of, if you think about it, it can be broken down to a particular science because you need to understand your customer and your product, or it can be seen as a work of art based on the person you are. So that's why we thought marketing, or rather looking into what marketing is and how its future is going to be, is an important topic to do right now. So to do that, we called on an expert. The expert we have on today is Dr. Bijal Mehta. She holds her expertise in marketing and entrepreneurship. Her research areas include entrepreneurship and marketing for startups, marketing of tourism and hospitality services, relevance of digital communication, and unique challenges for effective marketing of financial services. She got a doctorate from Sardar Patel University in Gujarat and approximately has up to 30 publications, and she's been part of 6 different case studies, 3 of which are from IIM Ahmedabad. And currently, she's an associate professor in Ahmedabad University. She holds many different titles, a few of which are she's an advisor, a reviewer, doctoral thesis examiner, associate editor, PhD supervisor, and much more. Now, those are her work titles and titles you might have heard of. But here's a title I guarantee you might have never ever heard of. Her legendary title. She is a legendary poet. That's right, poet. A person in business is also a poet. Sheer poetry is legendary. If you read it, you will feel emotions you never even felt you had them before. And trust me, I knew because I never thought I had emotions. So anyway, so talking about her poetry and a passion for poetry and also how marketing might affect the business right now, here is Dr. Bijal Mehta and the interview with us. Dr. Bijal Mehta, thank you so much for being on our show. I'm really, really glad you're on our show. And how are you doing? So, how's it been? How have you been handling the lockdown? How have you been doing?
Thank you so much, Pranay and team Ask How About for having me over today. I'm good. Just zooming and windowing around like most of us these days.
All right, all right.
Working from home. Yeah.
All right. So, marketing, I'll be the first to come and say that marketing is not necessarily something I grew up learning. You know, forget even marketing, just businesses or commerce for that matter. But it's
Mm-hmm.
always intrigued me, because it's a beautiful part of business, if I might say so myself. And it kind of is what makes a business become or grow much further as a business.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I thought
Mm-hmm.
it's an important thing to do, or rather, thing to talk about today, especially in today's financial crisis or climate. But
Right.
before that, I'd like to ask how you got involved with marketing, ma'am. What piqued your interest? Rather?
So, very honestly speaking, in my bachelor days, I had the option of choosing a specialization, which is a rare possibility. It is only now that some universities have begun this option of giving a targeted learning opportunity. But I had the opportunity with my university, Assumption University of Thailand, and that is where I did advertising as my major in my BBA program. And the more I learned about advertising, the more I got into the world of marketing overall. That's where my journey started almost 20 years back, and then of course there has been no looking back since. I'm totally into marketing and loving every single day of it.
Well, that's great to hear. And for me, in terms of marketing, it's always been fun. But I'll be the first one to say that every time I learn about marketing, every time I think about it, my definition changes. Because it's
Right,
a
right.
very, very big field. And so I'd like to start off with that question. A simple question:
Mhm.
what is marketing in your definition?
Yeah, I think I like what you said, Pranay. That the definition of marketing changes for you every time and very very often, because that marketing is a very very dynamic field, and
Yeah.
with the kind of changes which are coming about these days, or every time the kind of changes that come about because of technology, human changes, consumer behavior changes. Definitely, marketing cannot have a standard definition anymore. The only thing I can say is marketing is an integral part of anything, whether it's a business, that anything that a business does, or anything that an individual is doing. So to me, marketing is all about value. It might sound like a very standard kind of a definition, but marketing is what gives value, and marketing is what creates value, whether it is in terms of a product, or value of a person, or value of a business, and in terms of monetary as well as non-monetary terms. So marketing is not just about making profits or selling. Marketing is about several other things. It's a very
And
big umbrella.
all right, all right. So I like that last point you make, where it's not just about selling, because there might be a little
Yes.
bit confusion people where selling and marketing become the same thing. And
Yes.
another common trend of confusion I find is that marketing and advertisement can be defined as the same thing, or it's a
Yes.
misconception, I know. But for me,
Hmm.
personally speaking, a good advertisement is really a key for selling a product, because you have a few seconds of time and you have to convince your wanted user or a wanted customer to buy your product or service. But that
Correct.
often can be
Correct.
misconstrued as just marketing itself. So,
Yes.
in terms of your opinion, in terms of according to you, how do you distinguish between these two? Because obviously, advertisement is just a subset of marketing.
Absolutely. I think Pranay, in your last statement, you have kind of answered the question. One, theoretically speaking, that advertising is, a subset of marketing. But I'm not surprised at all that a lot of people tend to think that advertising equals to marketing. I was one of those as well in my younger days of learning advertising per se. I thought advertising is the be all and end all of marketing. But it so happens to be a perception, I would say, because advertising is the face of marketing. It is what you show to the consumer, maybe through through the message that you are sending, through the content that you are creating, through the packaging or the product that you are showcasing. through the celebrities who come in the advertisements and talk about your product. So advertising, because it is the face of the marketing function, or because it is the face of the brand or the product, therefore people largely tend to put these two in synonyms. The same thing happens, to a lesser extent, it happens with sales as well, because a lot of people tend to think that because selling is what rings in the money, therefore it equates to marketing. But why these two are not necessarily marketing alone? Because marketing has several other things. Now, ensuring, for example, that the product which you have advertised today, saying that we are making a product available in the market tomorrow, you have to ensure, or a marketer has to ensure, that that product is available in the stores when a consumer goes to buy it, by after looking at the advertisement that you put up in the television or the newspaper. But if that distribution, which is also a part of marketing, if that goes missing, your advertising has failed. I mean, the benefit that you could derive from the advertisement would not come, because product availability is not there. So product availability is marketing. Setting the right price is marketing. Obviously, advertising and talking about or communicating is marketing. Developing a consumer preferred product, or a product which satisfies the needs of your buyers, that's marketing. Publicity, public relations, staying in touch with the right stakeholders at the right time, being beneficial to society through your brand. For example, corporate social responsibility activities, that is also a part of marketing. So marketing is a lot of things. It's a big umbrella, as I said. It's definitely not just advertising alone. Obviously, advertising is probably the fun part of it. So we all tend to remember it more.
Yeah, because in my experience, I love a good advertisement. That's just me personally. I know people hate advertisement, but for me, it's like I see a good advertisement and go like, wow, that's a work of art. So, but coming to today, ma'am, in terms of just after the lockdown, even during the lockdown, most companies have been forced to let their workforce work from home. And now it seems like most companies think that's much more efficient. So they want their people to work from home even after the lockdown is over. But that also means it's a different strategy for marketing as well. Now that's what I wanted to focus on. Now, if people are working from home, marketing strategies will also get affected, from what I understand. So I want to ask you, how will this affect the ways of marketing in the future?
True. Definitely, Pranay. I think even in the short span of roughly about 2 months of lockdown that we all faced in Ahmedabad, and as well as in Gujarat, and in our whole country as well, many of us as buyers, you, me, and all the people who are looking at our conversation today, all of us would have realized that our own buying patterns, or our own purchase patterns, our own patterns of spending time, our own patterns of interacting with people, everything has changed. We all have been either willingly doing it, or we have been forced to adapt to the changes. So when I came into the meeting, I said I have been zooming in and windowing out all day long. So or most of us, for example, are working through Zoom or through Cisco WebEx or through several other online connection platforms. So that's the first change which has come about. Today, everyone going forward, every user going forward is going to be more comfortable doing things on the computer. People are going to be more comfortable, or they would prefer to purchase things online. They would want to look for information online compared to what they were doing earlier by going outside and surfing, finding products, looking at products, comparing. Today we are at a stage where when you go out, you don't even feel like touching something to take a look at it. Earlier we used to do that so comfortably. I mean, frankly, just yesterday I went to get some mangoes from the market. Like it or not like it, we have a tendency of picking up the mango and looking at it, and sometimes smelling it and seeing कि ये पकी हुई है या नहीं. Before doing that, I thought twice. I said, no, I don't think I should be doing this. So, this is a very, very simple example. But definitely, because purchase patterns and consumer behavior patterns are already changing, we all are observing that. Plus, there are so many reports which also kind of have quoted this, that in the next 5 years, 10 years, and these reports, by the way, were before COVID, said that the generation which is in their pre-teens at the moment, which is about say 12, 13-year-olds, in the next decade, this generation is going to start cocooning more and more. Cocooning मतलब ज़्यादा घर पे रहना, अंदर रहना, उतना बाहर जाना वो लोग पसंद नहीं करेंगे. They would want to go out only for limited purposes, maybe for some socializing, etc. But definitely for purchasing behavior, for buying things, they would prefer things like home delivery. They would prefer things being sent at their doorstep. They would want to look at product comparisons online. So all this is definitely going to impact the marketing which marketers will do. अगर ये चीज सही निकलती है, जो which I think in the West people are already observing. So then, between the traditional mediums and the non-traditional mediums of marketing, more and more brands will then have to move to the non-traditional mediums. Billboards शायद कम हो जाएंगे, we don't know, क्योंकि लोग बाहर कम जाएंगे. लेकिन advertisements on the computer will be more. Advertisements on maybe channels like Netflix or channels like Hotstar and others, in-game advertising, all of that will probably increase. So definitely marketing will have to change. Product packaging in the context of marketing and logistics management, product packaging will have to change. Packaging will have to, for example, be more durable, more transport friendly, and so many several changes will come about. I want to just very, very quickly share a screen with you, Pranav, and with all the viewers here, if you permit, in which we have these patterns. So let me just show you something which I found very interesting, and I have brought that for all our listeners here. Is it visible, Pranav?
Yes, it is, ma'am. It is. Yeah.
All right. So you can see this is a small study which I came across through Mintel. The source is Mintel. It is a study of 12,000, roughly about 12,500 online consumers across several countries, including ours, which is India. Have you done any of the following on any device in the 3 months to December 2019? So just around the time when we faced a lot of unexpected circumstances, right? So read news or websites and blogs online, shopped online, accessed social networks online, used instant messaging, watched streaming videos, managed my finances, so many things, listened to streaming songs, etc., played games. Now think about it. As I looked at this, I couldn't help but think that which are the traditional modes of doing transactions that are going to be impacted by this even more than what they are being impacted already. Like, for example, 84% have said, I managed my finances online. Now, that's really going to change. Probably visiting the banks is going to even reduce further now, compared to whatever it is already on the decline, but it is going to further decline if this trend continues. I played games online. So what happens to outdoor games? Yeah. And in fact, I'm sure you may have also come across this, that some of the international football games and so on, they did a very unique way of continuing the games by asking people to join virtually and view the games which were being played actually. So people don't gather in large numbers in the stadiums and so on. So, marketing is going to really have to change. They access social networks more. I mean, many of us, I'm sure, did that as well. We access social networks a lot more than, earlier times when we used to be there. So socializing is going to change. I mean, this is one part of it. I'm sure you would have done that as well. And many of us have done that as well, that we connected with our relatives, friends, parents, extended family, who we could not meet in person. We connected with them online. So these are all things which are going to give rise to changes in marketing. Shopping online is at 93%. News reading is at 93% as well. So what's going to happen to newspapers? What's going to happen to all these shopping malls that we are having? Definitely there is going to be an impact. All these brands which are there in the stores, probably they're already online somewhat, but they will definitely have, those who are not, they will definitely think about moving online. So purchase patterns are going to change, and they are going to have an effect on the marketing patterns as well.
All right. That's, all right. So I'm glad you brought that point up about virtual gaming, man, because so in terms of, I can speak from experience in terms, I'm an avid NBA viewer. Like I love watching basketball, and so once the season
Right.
started closed after because of COVID, so they started this NBA 2K interactive games where the players played as themselves on virtual
Yes.
games, like on
Hmm.
2K games. And so that that really happened, and it happened across the
Yeah.
world, on, like you said, many different sports as well. But that brings me to my next question, because all of these are on digital platforms, like you said, and newspapers.
Yes.
That was actually a surprising statistic, if I may say so myself. 93% newspapers reading newspapers online, because
Websites and
that,
blogs and so on. Yes.
yeah, that correlates with the fact that most newspaper companies are going through some sort of a loss, in terms of their
Yeah.
finances.
Yeah, they are definitely going through a change. There is no doubt. I mean, if we talk about India, because we still have a mix of population in terms of age brackets, we are a very, very young population, no doubt. But we do know that we have a large set of population which is above 55 or 60 years as well, and those still prefer the traditional way of of life or reading newspaper. वो सुबह चाय के साथ एक paper चाहिए, you know.
Right.
But I'm sure probably a generation like yours or younger than you, they will probably not look at the newspaper as much. They would rather look at their phone and say, okay, in shorts, I'll look at that, or I'll look at a Times of India application, or I'll look at an Indian Express application, or Economic Times, the e-application, which is downloaded on the phone. And then we read the news from there.
Yes, well,
So,
but that also, that makes me question the fact that, yes, like you said, marketing will have to go through a big change. But if
yes.
I read the trend correctly, marketing
Hmm.
has already gone through a big change in the past 10 years because of these digital
Absolutely.
platforms. So
Hmm.
that brings me to my next question in terms, are these all forms of digital marketing, and will that truly be the way of the future?
It is going to be an integral part of our future. It already is, in fact.
All right.
I mean, 5 years back, 10 years back, even 5 years back for that matter, companies were thinking, oh, 2020 is going to be an amazing year. It's going to be a great year. The first quarter of 2020 is going to be brilliant, etc., etc. And people always used to think that, oh, some of the traditional modes are, here to stay. And companies were thinking, okay, all these reports which are coming about saying that more and more things are going to go online, how is that going to happen? How will we ever adapt to this change? Ye kaise possible hoga? But look what we have in the very first quarter of 2020. The smallest to the largest companies and the smallest to the largest individuals or brands have at their own levels begun to move online, and have taken full advantage of this online possibility. I mean, we all get all these jokes on WhatsApp all the time, right? So there was this joke in WhatsApp which said, imagine if COVID would have happened in in 2008, sorry, or 2007, we all would still be using the same old small phone and only using SMS and nothing else. And there'll be no games, nothing. So hum waqt kaise bitate? So definitely it is already a very, very important part of our life, the digital possibilities. Going forward, a lot of other things will come by, which on which a lot of research is going on at the moment. For example, artificial intelligence. Even through AI, for example, now we already have bots talking to us through websites. It's as good as a real person on the other side responding to us. Or Siri, for that matter.
Yeah.
In iPhones, when you say, hello Siri, I'm not feeling good today. Give me some good music to listen. And Siri gives you a nice music from the last 20 songs you had heard and tells you, why don't you listen to X song? I know you heard it the other day. I mean, Alexa, what's the time? Alexa will tell you without you looking at the clock. So, it's already there. It's very much there.
So one of the biggest reasons why digital marketing, like you said, because we have become a digital world, and also it's traditionally much more cheaper than traditional marketing, if I'm not mistaken, and that's one of its biggest advantages, right?
Yes.
But how
Uh-huh.
do you, in your opinion, or rather, will you give some tips for, let's say, startups right now in this financial
Right.
climate? How can they use digital marketing to their, best of use or their best of advantage?
See, one thing, a caveat emptor, if I may say, one, conditions apply, if I may say so over here, is that no matter how far we go, or any field, no matter how far it goes, it should never forget its roots. So the one very, very fundamental root of marketing, which was the first thing I learned also, and which is the first thing which any educator would typically talk about, including me, which any business should keep in mind, is the STP, which we always talk about, which is the segmenting, targeting, and positioning. So if your segment of customers, or if your target customers are not tech savvy, then it's no point spending your money there. You have to think about what is it that your target segment is comfortable with, what is it that they are using, how far are they regular on the medium that you use, whether traditional or non-traditional. So अगर ये है कि आपका जो target segment है, it is digitally sound, it is there online, they will be able to find you if you are online, then it is worth it. लेकिन अगर आपका target segment है जिनके पास मोबाइल फोन ही नहीं है, जिनके वहाँ there is an issue of internet connectivity, then you really don't want to spend your money there, or you want to spend less of your money there. So segmenting, targeting, positioning, the basic fundamental of marketing is something which we should never ignore. But apart from that, yes, I agree with you that digital marketing compared to many traditional mediums feels less expensive, is less expensive to some extent, but largely also because tracking the results is much easier, or getting the kind of desired results which you want is more possible through these online marketing activities than through the traditional mediums. So like, for example, out of home, OOH, you use a billboard on the bus stand and you put your advertisement there. There might be some data which the billboard which you may have some idea about. Is road pe se on average there are maybe 1,000 people passing in 5 hours every day, but what's the guarantee how many of them looked at that as they passed by? For all you know, they were driving, and well, in our country, they were briefly on the phone and they missed that ad. So there is no guarantee how many people which actually came to buy your product came through the traditional medium of advertising, you see. But in digital, there is definitely a possibility to know, because for example, if you take say Facebook marketing or Instagram marketing, which is the social media point of view, there it is very much possible for you to target geographically, in terms of age, in terms of gender, and now thanks to GPS, global targeting, and so on, you can target to the extent of nearest to your locality for the startups. In a certain number of kilometers within your locality, you can target the customers or buyers who are there. So that is the bigger advantage of this non-traditional medium, I would say, because that the rewards are the returns you can know more often or more clearly.
Okay. So one final question of mine would be, it's no secret the economy is not really doing really well, and US has finally said that it's hit recession in the latest news. So how it's going to impact our global economy, it's still we are yet to find out, but it's not good from what we understand so far. So I figured I think it's up to businesses which are starting now, or even bigger businesses which are existing right now, to come up with different marketing strategies to keep them afloat. So any advice or tips from your side for maybe small startups?
See, I think it is a very known fact in the circles of marketing, and even with businesses, we know that the first area where there is a budget cut, so to say, or where there's a rethinking in terms of marketing, कि भाई कहाँ पे पैसे बचाएंगे. So the first cut always comes obviously at advertising, which we have also seen with many brands today. You would have seen on television and on other mediums also how advertising observations have reduced. Less and less brands were advertising, and those who were advertising were also doing it more in terms of connecting it with the pandemic and etc. For example, advertisements of health products, hand sanitizers, masks, gloves, all of those were on the rise. But then there were industries such as travel and tourism, which were heavily impacted, and they had no choice but to at least hold back on the advertising because kuch ho nahi raha tha, or at least for some time, the activities are not going to be as much as they were before. But one thing I would definitely say is that one should not say that, okay, we are not going to do any marketing because we have no budget or less budget. It's only a matter of thinking about where do you want to invest that budget at which point in time. And obviously depends on what is it that you are looking to do. For example, a lot of smaller businesses I observed during the lockdown period also, although they were not able to make any sales, they were still as active online. They were still talking to us buyers online, because they knew that once things open up, people are going to be buying again. And at that time, what we typically call as the brand recall becomes very important. So marketing, one important function that advertising does is not only to make people aware about the product, but also to ensure that there is a recall at the time of purchase. And that is why it's really important for even smaller businesses to not ignore marketing, but they must focus on the various marketing activities. At this point in time, perhaps focus equally on advertising and also ensure that the product is available at the right place once the consumers start to buy again. So marketing has to continue. That is what I would say.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this with us, ma'am. And I really did learn a lot about marketing in and of itself, and also maybe for viewers watching who have startups or even who just want to watch and learn about this, I'm pretty sure they would have learned a lot from this. Thank you so much for doing this, ma'am.
Thank you, Pranay. Thank you, Ask About. Thank you for having me over. Thank you all.
Yeah, and before you leave, ma'am, one last question I have is your passion for poetry is something which I wanted to talk about. How did that start? And
Yeah, I feel, I guess, partly that is also connected to the area of marketing, because all these interesting ads which I saw, I would always remember those which were rhyming. And that is where the love for poetry started. And I on and off post my poems on Instagram as well. So you may want to go and see some of them there.
Sure, ma'am, sure. We'll add ma'am's link to, the link will be down below, not a problem. So again, ma'am, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a good day. Stay safe.
I hope you liked that interview, and I hope you had fun and it was informative while you're watching it as well. And that's what we pride ourselves on doing. Make sure we give information on topics which is needed to everybody in the world right now. So please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such content. And do check out our latest videos on cancer and nanomedicine, and also check out our latest segment, Therapy Session. Trust me, it's worth the watch.